I love teaching so much that to ask me what I love about teaching is like asking, what does a wizard love about casting spells?
There's just this energy around all of her classes.
She's one of those people that are just really innovative in the way she thinks, innovative in the way she teaches.
Gail is the person who's always like advocating for you, and she does so with such enthusiasm and grace and passion and wit.
I decided that when I showed up for my students that I would be 100% there for them.
I think that's Gail's superpower. She's like so good at making people feel like they're valued. It always felt like we had something to contribute to class, and like she was so great at guiding the discussion.
There's so much room for students to bring our own lives and our own stories to the classroom.
I cast the students in the role of co-teachers. I aim to have my students talking 80% of the time.
What students seeming more challenged by life?
Oh, I really like both parts of what you're saying here. One of them.
Once I realized that it wasn't just about her, that it was also about me, then I was like, fill me up.
I know that they will remember those experiences, those moments when they spoke and said some insight, or when they were really tuned in to another student sharing some personal connection with a text. I really know they're going to walk away from that day really changed by that experience. What I want to accomplish in the classroom would be to listen to what they have to say and to facilitate and cultivate their genius.
Since working with Professor De Kosnik, I've learned that I really love researching film and television and media, and that I have a passion for that, and that is actually where I see my career going now.
So much of who I am, even now being a professor of my own, is really owed to her stewardship.
She's such a great mentor, and she's like, Jingy, you should like slow down and ask yourself, what is it that you actually want from a career? And I was like, wow, no one has ever actually asked me that before about what I want.
I would say if someone who knew Gail and knew her teaching style came into my classroom, they would see a lineage.
When I think about the kind of professor that I want to be, it's like literally Gail. And I hope to be what she was to me for other students.
When my students leave my class, I want them to have a respect for themselves as learners and thinkers and speakers and writers.
Gail is someone who like explicitly subverts power structures and is super smart and super kind, while also being conscious of these issues and specifically mentoring people who do not have those privileges or those opportunities.
What I want students to feel in my classes is that they can read more deeply, think more critically, have more insights, produce more new ideas in their writing and their speech than they even knew, than they even thought was possible.